Record.
Yes, Prabhu, we can see.
Hare Krishna. So, thanks all for joining, first of all. And hope you are all able to see my screen.
Screen. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes,
Yeah,
Manjeet.
Prabhu, yeah, we can see.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Okay. So, we just completed the Purushottam month, which comes once in every 3 years. So, we are very, very fortunate to have that Purushottam month and to follow that. Okay. As we seen, Purushottam means like a Purusha Uttama. Purusha means the supreme enjoyer. Yes, Purusha means the enjoyer. Uttama means the supreme. So, Purushottama means like a nothing but Sri Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is been called as like a Purushottama. So he blessed a month to just offset the difference between lunar and solar calendar. Okay, so that Purushottama month is so glorious because Lord given that benediction such as okay, whomsoever doing the devotion service in this month, they will get a multitude of the benefit. Okay, so that is not only for Purushottam month, every other day also we can do and we can get the blessing of the Lord. Okay, so in short, okay, there is a chapter dedicated in Bhagavad Gita, which is the divine conversation happened between Krishna and Arjuna. Okay, in that divine conversation, Bhagavan himself dedicated one chapter to talk about the Purushottama Yoga, which is called the Yoga of the Supreme Person. This chapter has like a 20 sloka, which we covered a very quick summary last week. Okay, sloka 1 to 6 talks about the spiritual material world to the spiritual world. So then 7 to 11, it is talking about the transmigration of the soul. Then 12 to 15, like a Krishna as a maintainer. Okay, how he maintains this cosmic level maintenance as well as like a individual level maintenance. Then condensed summary of the Vedas, like been said from the 16th to 20th sloka. Okay, so what it is talking, who are we and why we came to this material world, how we are suffering, and how we can go back to the spiritual world. That is what like this particular chapter is talking, which is the purpose of our life, like a main uh, reason for our life. Okay, why we came here, what is our business, and what we have to do. Like, hey, so that is what we have to understand, and we have to perform, and we have to get out from this material world, okay, to the spiritual world. So chapter sloka 1 to 6, like a it is Bhagavan is giving the analogy of like a the material world is nothing but the reflection of the spiritual world in the span of like the banyan tree. And in the material world, everything is a reflection. We can't see anything like a real. Everything is there as a reflection from the spiritual world, but everything is unreal. Okay, nothing is permanent. But in a spiritual world, everything is real and everything is permanent. And how the tree grows, like a guna and karma, that is making like the tree to grow. And what we have to do to get the det- detachment, like okay, from this material world. Why we have to do? Because then only we can go to the spiritual world. Okay, that is what fourth sloka it is talking about. Then the fifth sloka, six qualities to enter the Krishna's abode. Okay, so Nirmana Moha, Nirmana Moha, Jisanga Sosa, Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Kama, Dvandvair Vimukta, Sukha Dukha Samvair, Gachandya Muja, Padam Avyayam Tat. So we should not have any ahankar, any attachment, any sense gratification, all those things. Then sixth quality, sixth sloka it is talking about qualities of the Krishna's abode. Okay, natad basayate suryo nasasanko napavagaga yadgatva na nivartande taddama paramamam. So the Krishna's abode is like a not illumined by the electricity or fire or like okay other things. It is by itself like it is illumined. So this how like the spiritual and material world being like okay compared, and those details been given. Then transmigration of the soul. Okay, who are we? Are we the body or are we the soul? Like, okay, mamai vamso jiva loke jiva bhutu sanatanaga. So we are nothing but the soul. And why we are struggling here? Because we came out from this Supreme Lord because of our sense gratifications. There is six senses, correct? Five senses plus mind, manasastani, indriyani. Because of that, we are suffering. Okay, we are jivamsa, mamai vamso jiva loke. We are the part and parcel of Krishna, but we came here because of our sense gratification. Okay, so then how do we change the bodies and like experience this world? So we will change from sariram yadavapnoti, like we will change from one body to another body as we change the dress. Okay, and who can understand? The intelligent people can understand, the foolish cannot understand. Okay, the soul's journey, that is what been said in this one, 7 to 11. Then 12 to 15, it is talking about initially like a cosmic level of maintenance, how Krishna is maintaining this material world. Okay, if you see, ga- um, uh, he is giving the sun and the moon, and like, okay, he's giving the fire to illumine the whole world. Okay, so that is how he is maintaining the cosmic level of maintenance. Then in the individual maintenance, like he is present in every one of us as a Paramatma, which Vishnu is present as a Shirodagashai Vishnu. Okay, that is how he is been in every one of us, and he is guiding us. Okay, that is what been mentioned over there. Okay, then 16 to 20, 20th sloka, it is talking about two kinds of soul. One is like a fallible, the another is like infallible. One is materially bound, another is like, okay, the free from the material world. Then Paramatma is above the two souls. Then why we are calling Krishna as a Purushottam? Because Krishna is the maintainer. He is like, okay, he's a controller. He is having everything. That is the reason we are calling him as a Purushottam. Then one who knows this, like, okay, then they only can love Krishna. Okay, so becomes a lover. Then benefits of studying Purushottama Yoga, like we will not get both in this material world. So this is a gist of like, hey, this Purushottama Yoga. Any queries, any feedback, any doubt, please like feel free to ask now. If not, like we'll go to the ninth chapter again. Anyone wants to say anything here? Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhu, actually, you have put so much time with us on this. It's clear.
Yeah, very important, Prabhu. Like we have to remember this all the time. So that is very important. Yeah. So this Purushottama Yoga, like because Lord is explaining this via Arjuna to all of us. So how much effort all the acharyas like took to preserve all these scripture, we have to repay to them only by studying and passing to others. Okay, then only this will be completed, fruitful. You don't need to pass it to like others, means okay, outside world. At least like talk to your family members, like a wife, parents, kids. Okay, well wishers and friends, family members. Okay, everyone talk about it. Like okay, talk something about Bhagavad Gita. Okay, how what influenced you like to become Krishna consciousness, to do the devotion service? So start from there. Initially we need to talk to ourselves, then we need to talk to family members and trying to influence them, uh, let them take effort like to study these slokas, these concepts, like that is a way of repaying or showing gratitude towards Krishna and all our acharyas, correct? All these acharyas, like how much struggle they have gone through to protect these scriptures, like from Mughals attack and various other calamities and disturbances. But they just like dedicated their life to preserve all this scripture, to translate all this scripture. Okay, you won't believe like we will not be able to understand this Sanskrit, correct? What is the hidden meaning? Because sloka is around 4 line, and some Sanskrit words. But what is the essence like being told in each sloka? That is how all the acharyas, like starting from Madhvacharya, um, Ramanujacharya, Sankaracharya, all of them took dedicated their life like to do the translation, and our own Srila Prabhupada, like who did a English translation for all the scripture, and he given the purport. That is unbelievable. Like each purport he would have spent minimum to minimum like around 5 days. Each one sloka like 5 to 7 days. That is how like they spend their lifetime for the welfare of the future generation. So if we are not making use of it, then we are nothing but the great fools and the most unfortunate persons we only become. Correct? So for their sake, for Lord Krishna's sake, like please try to read the scripture, try to get influenced by the scripture. That is a way like we can pay back to all these great acharyas, all these uh, great saints. Okay, Hare Krishna. If no further queries, like let us go back to the ninth chapter, which is the most confidential knowledge. So again, Bhagavad Gita been spoken by Lord Shri Krishna to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra when Arjuna was in a confused state, distressed state, like what to do. I am not going to fight. Okay, that is how he surrendering to Krishna. Then Krishna revealing the whole of Bhagavad Gita, which is nothing but the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So it has been spoken by Krishna to Arjuna in the span of 40 to 45 minutes, which has been around like a 700 slokas. That is the reason it has been called as Bhagavad Gita. Okay, very less Sanjaya, Arjuna, and Dhritarashtra spoke, but most of the around 676 like a slokas been spoke by, or 626 like a been spoke by Krishna. So that is the reason it is called as like a Bhagavad Gita. Correct? Gita is a song. Bhagavat means like a Bhagavan's song. Correct? So it is very very fundamental to understand Bhagavad Gita. It is a life manual, and 700 slokas been further subdivided into 18 chapter. That is further subdivided into three sections. First section is the Karma Yoga, predominantly talking about Karma Yoga. The middle six chapters are talking about the Bhakti Yoga. The last six chapters are Jnana Yoga. What is the meaning of yoga?
Meditation
Addition with God.
Yeah. So meditation, yeah, meditating on what?
on God.
Yeah. So not only
Prabhuji,
meditating,
addition with God, like
yeah, addition, yeah,
joining something
yeah.
with God.
That is linking oneself to the Supreme. That is what yoga means, real yoga means. Linking ourself or oneself to the Supreme Krishna. Like that is what the yoga means. So if you are doing it via karma means like whatever we do, our activity, daily activity. If you are connecting ourselves with the Supreme Lord, then it becomes karma yoga. They are further subdivided into like a kama yoga, sorry, nishkama karma, sakama karma, uh, vikarma, likewise. Then karma yoga. Then the next thing is like a bhakti yoga, which is talking about the pure devotional service. So we can't simply say that okay, I love the Lord by just loving like no one loves back you, correct? But we have to show that love towards Lord in the mode of service. As if the mother is saying to the kid or boy and girl, she's saying, "Okay, I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much," without doing anything, without doing any preparation like of the boha to the kids. That is not correct. Correct? Then that is not the real love. She's just using the love as an excuse to not get comments. Correct? Any questions? So if we are doing it via karma yoga, via our calm daily activity, then it becomes karma yoga. If you are doing it with like a pure fledged full bhakti, then it becomes bhakti yoga. The last section is jnana yoga. If you are doing it with our knowledge, okay, it is not about the material knowledge, it is about the spiritual knowledge. If you are doing it, then it becomes the jnana yoga. Okay, so we are in the middle sixth chapter, which is ninth chapter, which is talking about the bhakti yoga. So the chapter name is called The Most Confidential Knowledge. So what is the difference between confidential, more confidential, and most confidential? We have seen it in multiple times. Let's see who's going to mention that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, bro.
So, Prabhu, confidential knowledge is knowing that we are not the body, we are the soul.
Very
More
good.
confidential, more confidential knowledge is knowing about the beauty of the Lord who we want to worship, like Lord Krishna. Know more about him, because until we know about his energies, his greatness, we will not be able to love him.
Very good.
And the most confidential knowledge is about then unalloyed devotion to him. We know that he is the greatest, and then we leave everything and just go to his abode and do everything to please him, so we can reach his abode. That's the most confidential knowledge.
Very good, bro. So what's the most confidential? One more time, Prabhu. Like I missed the first part.
Prabhu, so unalloyed devotion to
Very
Lord Krishna.
good. Very good. Yeah, unalloyed devotion. What is the meaning of unalloyed devotion?
Uh, Complete faith in him, that we leave all to him, that okay, God, I am your servant, or you are my Lord, and just take care of me. So we just believe that he is going to take care of you.
Yeah.
There is no doubt in his ability, that we should not doubt that will he do or not. Then we have to completely believe in him.
Yeah, okay. That is the dependence. Okay, we dependent fully on him. But unalloyed devotion. What is the meaning of unalloyed devotion? We do everything for Krishna, but we are not expecting anything from him. That is what unalloyed means. Many a times we are doing mostly like a business with him, correct? Krishna, you do this, then I will do this puja, correct? That should not be the case. Unalloyed devotion means like there should not be any personal motive. There should not be any personal agenda. It is to Krishna. Okay, I am doing it for Krishna. If he gives or if he doesn't give anything, I am fine with it. That is the unalloyed devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, clear,
So
Prabhu.
that is
I
the
understand.
unalloyed devotional service. Okay. So
Yes, Prabhu.
it has the five sections. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, it is talking about hearing about Krishna, qualification and disqualification. What is a qualification like to hear about Krishna? We have to be either friend of Krishna or devotee of Krishna. Then
Yeah, Prabhu.
only we will be able to hear about Krishna. The 9.4 to 10, it is talking about Krishna's Aishwarya Nan. Krishna's Achintya Beda Tattva with the material world. Okay. He is there, but he is not there. Okay, that kind of thing. The 9.11 to 15, it is talking about who are the non-worshipper and who are the worshippers. Okay, that we have seen. The 9.16 to 25, it is talking about Krishna as the supreme object of worship. Okay. And 26 to 34, the glories of directly worshipping him. Okay, so till which sloka we covered? Anyone has any track of it? So till which sloka we covered? I think definitely we covered till 49. Always chanting. This one we covered. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya vrida vridah namasyantasya mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Correct? Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So this we have seen already, correct? So uh, we have seen for determination one pastime. Who can remember that? For determination, we have seen one of the pastime. Anyone has idea?
Dhruva Maharaj.
Yeah, Dhruva Maharaj is one very good Maji. Like there is another story or pastime. The sparrow. Everyone knows like the sparrows' eggs were like been taken by the ocean. Then ocean, it is asking to ocean like a ocean is not giving it back. Then it started having the determination to dry up the ocean to take the egg. Is it possible to dry the ocean by a sparrow?
Not possible.
Not possible at all, correct? But she started doing that. She didn't even complete 1%, but she seeing the hand of the Lord because Lord is coming. Okay. And as a Garuda, and Garuda is asking the ocean to return, ocean not returning. Then Garuda is trying to dry up the ocean. That is the power of a devotee association. And in this world, no better, no none other than who Narada Muni to give that benediction. Correct? Like a Narada Muni given the mercy to many, correct, via various scripture, because Srimad Bhagavatam would not have been written had he not met Vyasadev, correct? Because of his intervention, the Srimad Bhagavatam been written. Because Vasudev meeting Narada Muni, and Narada Muni says, why are very dejected? Then he's saying, I am not happy. In spite of like after writing all the four Vedas. Then Narada Muni says, yeah, you will be unhappy because you didn't glorify the Lord. You just did a conceptual purpose of like the whole Gita, but in reality, you didn't glorify the Lord enough and his pastimes enough. That is how he got motivated and he start writing the Srimad Bhagavatam, correct? So that is a whole funda. We have to be so determined. With our determination, we may achieve only 1% or less than 1% of the result. But from the Lord's eyes, that becomes very big and he will be able to give us the better promotion or like a better deservings like at a later copy. Okay, Hare Krishna. So that is the determination. So always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So we have to have the determination to do the devotional service towards Lord. Correct? That is what we have to do. So this sloka we already seen. Next one also we have seen Ekatvena Pratakvena, correct? Others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as one without second, as diverse in many and in universal form. So Ekatvena means like a whole pointed attention in oneness, but that is not correct. Prakatvena means like a in duality in multiple branches kind of thing. I want to say, I think till this also we have seen. Krishna is the ritual, the fire sacrifice offering to the ancestor, healing herb, the transcendental chant, I am the butter and the fire of the offering. So Krishna is even the butter and firing. Sorry, butter and the fire and the offering also. Everything comes from Krishna. That's we have seen, correct? Yeah. So then Krishna says like he is the father, he is the mother, okay. He is the support and the grandsire. I'm the object of knowledge and the purifier and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, the Sama, and the Yajur Vedas. So everything is coming from Krishna, and he is the Vedaisa Charvai Rahameva Vedyo. Then in the 18th sloka, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi, Nivashaka Saranam Shukurt, Prabhavaha Pralayah Sthanam, Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. I am the goal, I am the sustainer, master, witness, abode, refuge, and most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation and the base of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. He is the eternal seed. He is our virginal father, correct? He is a seed giving father. Gati means like a destination where we want to go. We need to understand where we want to go, correct? If you don't know the purpose of life, okay, even if you are hearing 18 hours per day, like some lecture and doing devotion service, if you don't know the purpose of life, then it becomes very, very tough to convince them. That is the reason we should be remember of our daily go-to-day life. Sorry, the purpose of life, and we need to practice that like every day in our life. So what is the purpose of life? We have to go back to the spiritual world and we have to do the devotional service all the time. So every morning, every day, we have to start with this particular thought. You don't need to write anything on the board, or you don't need to write like anything on the paper. We have to keep it in our mind that I have to remember Krishna. Okay, yesterday I remembered Krishna 5 times. Today, let me make an attempt to remember Krishna 20 times or 30 times. That is how the count has to increase. Believe me or so, one or the other day, whomsoever coming, like hey, they will snatch those things. Okay, that is the power of the devotion service. Not easily available. It is easily available for us, but we are not making use of it. So we have to make use of that. That devotion service only can get us out from this material world. So we need to understand the purpose of life. That purpose, that gati, the destination, we have to understand. Then only we make attempt, or like we work towards to achieve that particular goal. Correct? Hare Krishna. Any doubt or any clarification? Any correction?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, Maj. Yeah. So every day we have to remember in our mind, okay, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and my life is, and my goal is to surrender to Him and to do the devotional service. That is what we have to uh, be mindful of. All the other things will come and go. Everything else is temporary, but only Lord's name as a purity, and we have to go for that purity, correct? Every day we have to remind ourselves to remember Krishna. So, in the 19th sloka, sorry, let me go. Yeah, 19th sloka, tapami ahamaham varsham nigranami utsrajami sa amritam chaiva mrityuscha sadasaschasam chaham Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, I give the heat. Okay, heat is coming from Krishna via the sun, correct? And I withhold during the rainy season, we are not feeling heat, correct? He withhold also and send forth the rain, correct? And I am immortality. He is eternal and there is no death for Krishna. And I am also the death personified. For non-believer, Krishna comes as a death, and for believers like a Krishna comes with his presence, correct? Both spirit and matter are in me. That we have seen already, because Krishna is doing the cosmic level maintenance, creation, as well as individual souls maintenance and creation and maintenance, correct? Even annihilation also. That is the power of Krishna. Everyone has to commit to do an exercise. Okay, I am like this today. Somehow or the other way, I came to the Krishna consciousness. So let me try to measure myself, or statistically measure ourselves. Okay, where we are and where you will be. Okay, for that we have to study the Bhagavad Gita, study those scripture, study those translations, study those slokas. Then only we can progress in the spiritual path. Hare Krishna. Any questions, any doubt? Hare Krishna. Everyone clarified? So 9.20
Yes.
says, yes, Prabhu, yeah. Okay. So 9.20 is talking about those who study the Vedas and drink the Somajas, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. So in Indra Loka, the delight is there, but even though we are coming from the different planet, like they will worship me. Okay, whose worship? Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice. In the whole of uh, this spiritual world, sorry, in the material world, okay, one who studies the Veda and they have to have the desire to do the things for Krishna, and we have to worship him. See, the Vedas, it is very, very complicated, correct? That is the reason, even after writing the Vedas, Vedavyas was not happy because he segregated the Vedas into four, but he didn't mention the ultimate purpose of the Vedas. So, in the Vedas, like many a times, we forgot to go beyond the Vedas. Okay, it has been said like this. Then, what is the purpose of it, and how to go about it? Like the ultimate purpose is to do everything for the welfare of the Lord. But that many will not trying to understand. They will try to go a particular section of the Veda. They will think that okay, this is the ultimate benefit and ultimate thing being asked by the Lord to do it. Then they will not progress beyond that. That is what like we have to avoid that. Okay, so that is the reason Vedas are okay. Vedas are the good starting point like to do the devotion service, but that is not the ultimate, because the ultimate is to do the devotional service, loving devotional service towards Krishna. That many are missing. Okay, so that is what, even though they are studying Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, okay, they also worship Krishna only indirectly, purified of all the sinful reaction. Okay, purified of all the sinful reaction, they take birth on the pious. Okay, they are taking the birth on the pious and heavenly planet of Indra, and they enjoy godly delights. But after that, they have to come back to the spiritual world again, correct? Sorry, material world. So that can be stopped only when we do the unalloyed devotional service. That we have to understand. Okay, that is the difference between doing devotional service and doing the following the Vedic scriptures. Hope you are able to understand. Any questions regarding this? This is a little tricky topic to understand. So if we are following the Vedas, okay, we are doing only partial devotional service, because Vedas saying like it is for different type of persons. It is not only for all the person. Like, okay, so some may need, okay, only money, some may need only peace, some may need, okay, only good family. So for them, a different section of the Vedas been mentioned, but the ultimatum of all the Veda is like, okay, to surrender everything to Lord and to offer everything to Lord, correct? That is what Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanava Prakateshuvat Karomi Yadis Sagalam Parasmai Narayana iti samapyami. So that we have to understand. Then only we are doing the proper way of devotional service. Okay, Hare Krishna. So let's go from 9.16 to 20 in this slide. So here we already seen what is the confidential and more confidential and most confidential, correct? Like Parishit Prabhu, like he already, Pratish Prabhu already mentioned, correct? So chapter 2 and 3 talking about the difference between body and soul, knowledge of the spiritual body and the soul, and which is useful for the liberation. We are not the body, we are the soul. More confidential is chapter 7 and 8, which brings about enlightenment about Krishna, Supreme Lord, and his energy. Chapter 9 is talking about the pure unalloyed devotion, and it delineates the glories of the Lord. So everything we are doing it for Krishna. That is how the whole thing been mentioned in the most confidential knowledge.
ये धो देना तो ज्योति
Hare
लो,
Krishna.
ये फेंक दो, लो ज्योति.
So this we have seen. Then the 9 process of devotion service, which is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dashyam, Sakyam, Atmanimetanam, correct? So that we have to do every part of this, like we have to do. So Lord Krishna impart this most confidential knowledge to Arjuna, because Arjuna is a devotee and who is a friend of Krishna, correct? We have to do it. Why we have to study this thing? Because it is Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram Idamuttamam, Pratyakshaha, Abhagamam Dharmyam, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. It is a king of education. It is the most confidential knowledge. By doing that only, we will be able to go back to the Lord. Okay. So all these things being mentioned. Okay. That means Susukam. While performing, we have to be happy, and by doing that, we will get the happiness. And why? Because it is avyayam, it is everlasting, eternally, it is present everywhere. So faithless person cannot attain Krishna. Then the Krishna pervades, creates, annihilates the entire cosmos. Here where like he is saying, I am the living entities do not rest upon Krishna. Like they will, everything been created by the Lord. Then he is giving like everything. The what to say, at the end of the, this is a whole thing of like how the Brahma's lifetime being mentioned, correct, which we have already seen multiple classes. Please revise it. Then Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, how he is creating, how Mahavishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, and uh, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, like the relation. No work can bind Krishna, he is ever detached, okay? Though he created the whole material world, but he is not bound to this material world. Because the whole material world is working under direction of the Krishna. Is doing the creation, destruction, and maintenance. And Lord is neutral. He is not partial to anyone. So worshipper, non-worshipper, we have seen. Janati, Ajnanati, Avajananti, correct? Like they will not worship. Okay, one who is ignorant and misunderstanding about Krishna. They are Duratma, like because they are not attracted to the Lord. They are attracted to the demoniac and atheistic view, correct? How Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha was attached, correct? Mahatma, definition of Mahatma, he is situated in the divine consciousness all the time, and he will always show his respect and surrender towards Lord. External Lord, this was we seen like a Satatam Kirtanamam. They will do the Kirtan chanting the whole glories of the holy name. They will be determined. Okay, then they will do all the time Nitya Yukta Ubhashade, and they will do the Namasyantasya Mount Bhakti. They will offer their obeisances to the Lord. Correct. Then three kind of worshipper Ekatvena, Pratakvena, Vishwatomukham, which we have seen. Krishna is the supreme personality of object of worship. Okay. Vedic sacrifices are karma kanda, ritual, sacrifice, oblations like fire, all these things we need to understand, and everything has to be offered to Lord. Otherwise, there is no benefit of doing that. Krishna has all relationship, everything. It is Krishna. He is a father, mother. He is a data, like a supplier of the creator, and a purifier, Omkara. He is the Veda. Correct. Gati means ultimate goal is Krishna, and we have to surrender to Krishna. He is a sustainer, he is a master, he is a witness. We have seen last week, correct? The witness, how he is witnessing. One is sun and moon and light, correct? And via that, he is witnessing. He is the ultimate goal of our shelter, and he is a Sugurt, Sugurdam Sarva Bhutanam, correct? It is not only for human being, it is Sarva Bhutanam, for all the living entities. Then for Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. He considers everything as the same only. Demigod worship will give some temporary benefit, but because it is already indirectly been offered to Lord. But if you want the real benefit, we have to do the unalloyed devotion. Results of demigod, they will go to the demigod's abode and they may enjoy momentarily happiness, but permanent happiness we can get only in the spiritual world. So then from 22nd onwards, we will see in the next class. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any question, any doubt so far? Yes, ninth chapter,
Okay.
again, very, very important. We have to be very careful in revising it again and again. Then only we will be able to get the real crux of it. Hare Krishna. Any doubt?
Clear.
What, Prabhu?
Prabhu, clear, Prabhu, clear.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Yeah. So if no further queries, we are good to close the class. Thanks all for joining. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Vikrant
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.